But I still don't understand why we can't grow our sub count. It's been 6 months.
We're cute and heavy metal and horror. Who doesn't want to watch that?
My employers have a keen interest in this property in particular. They think it's a unique location.
They sent somebody out here a few years ago to close the place. They're talking about opening it back up now?
There may have been some oversight in the previous inspection.
Let me take a picture of you.
Right now?
It'll be good for the podcast. Here, let me get that headstone behind you.
So there was just a person in the graveyard with us last night.
Stacy, this is a ghost.
You're trying to commune with the dead.
I'm not seeing shit, Stacy. Shit's happening to me.
I'm starting to think that Lillian and I are being haunted.
It's starting to feel just like the band all over again.
You want to explain to me what we just did?
There's something going on in that graveyard.
I've warned you over and over again, and you still wouldn't stay the hell away from here.
I need to know if what I'm seeing is real or not.
What's up, guys? This is the Death Rattle podcast, and tonight I am riding solo. DJ is basically on vacation, visiting family and friends and stuff, and so I'm just running this the best I can, still fighting this cold, trying to get better. So, but thank God I got you guys here to keep me company. So how is everybody doing? It's Wednesday. That means it's the Death Rattle podcast, and I forget what DJ always says, stuff about like what time it is. 4 o'clock, or no, let's see, 4 o'clock West Coast time, 7 o'clock Eastern time, and 10:36 in that crazy place of Australia or something like that. But anyway, I hope you guys are well. We're going to talk about, mostly we're going to watch trailers and then just kind of hang out. I got this streaming on the Ghost Pirate channel as well this week since it's just me. So anybody that is tuning in from the Ghost Pirate side, we do this every single Wednesday, but it's usually only on the Death Rattle podcast YouTube channel where me and DJ do this live stream / podcast every Wednesday. So, but I figured I'd do it simulcast this week so that way maybe some new blood can get in here. But how are you guys? Let's see, we got Otaku, what's up? Jordan, Lopez, Pepper Noel, Chad Dotson. Man, I can barely see the screen. My eyes are blurry. Probably a lot of it from still being sick. Let's see, we got Chad Dotson, Fierfrau, Heidi, Matt Hicks, Gaston, Lopez, Case, B Movie Theater, Similaclervio, something, I don't know. DJ always does this because I have crappy eyesight. To my peak or PK, Joe Bigret, what's up? And I think I got everybody. So if I didn't get to you, I apologize, but I still appreciate the hell out of you being here. So let's hang out, let's shoot the shit, let's have a good time. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and throw it in the comments. The best way, if you really want me to get to your question or read your comment, is to write the word question at the beginning of your comment, and I'll do my best to answer as many questions as I can. But those are the ones I always try to like focus on. So do you guys want to start with the what do we have to talk about? Hold on. We have the Werwulf trailer. Do you guys want to start with Werewolf? Robert Eggers' new movie. I gotta get that set up anyway. Share screen. There we go. Share. All right, let's kick it off with that. I've watched this, but only once. When it first dropped the other day.
Do not dread.
Can you guys hear it okay?
Embrace it.
God, that looks so good. I'm really excited to see Aaron Taylor Johnson finally in a movie that
of a raving beast.
he's going to get a chance to be in that's actually good.
Keep my husband safe from his cursedness.
Because, like, I think he's always good at everything he does, but movies aren't always great.
Thy soul is cursed. Thy kin are cursed. Thy world is cursed.
Oh, good. So I'm really curious to see what the transformation and the werewolf looks like, because that's kind of usually the thing with every werewolf movie is if the transformation looks good, you know, that's a big step in the right direction. But it also is one of those things, if the transformation and the werewolf looks stupid, even though the rest of the movie could be amazing, it still might not be that great of a movie. And like, I really want this to be like the definitive werewolf movie, or at least, you know, of the modern generation. Because like, what would you guys even say the best werewolf, like the last great werewolf movie was? Like, it's been a long time since there was like a great werewolf movie. There's been some entertaining ones, some decent ones. There's been some pretty good low budget ones. The Cursed would be what I would say is the best, but it's kind of sort of werewolf movie. It's not even exactly a werewolf movie. And that was 2020. Dog Soldiers is up there, but that's, you know, over 10, like what, 15 years old now or more? Or yeah. What year is Dog Soldiers? Holy shit, it's been 23 years. Crap, how did dude, I swear I did not remember it was that long ago. All right, so let's see what you guys are saying. Let me scroll up some. Two channels open. Death Rattle. Question: what should I do about a homeless man who keeps washing his junk in my bird bath and exposing himself to my garden gnome? Get rid of the bird bath. I mean, duh. Yeah, it's hotter than hell where I'm at. Yeah, it's pretty warm here too. It's not super bad today. It's like 90, I think. It's pretty like not too bad. But I just got back from the gym, so I'm still all like sweaty and stuff. It's a great starter. I usually use Canon. Oh, okay. You guys are having your own conversations. Yeah, I adore Robert Eggers too. Like, he is one of my favorite. Like, to me, I think everything he does is just like amazing. Yeah, I agree. I like the idea how he's using black and white mixed with color, like, and all these different color choices, and to give it like this layered, textured look. Like, he always plays with color and stuff like that. So I don't think Ralph Ineson's voice was in there. If it was, I didn't notice. When was Ralph? Was in the beginning? Yeah, Lily Rose Depp is in this. I don't believe she has as large of a role though. Like, she's not the main character like she was in Nosferatu. From what I know, Aaron Taylor Johnson is the main character in this. I'm more excited about seeing. We're excited after seeing the trailer. Yeah, I was excited for this no matter what because I'm a huge werewolf fan. But like, to me, this trailer looks like everything and more that I would hope for. Brotherhood of the Wolf. That's like 20 years old as well. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, we haven't had really a great modern werewolf movie. I didn't say the greatest werewolf movie. I mean, American Werewolf in London is probably still, it's at least towards the top. I think Wolfman with Lon Chaney Jr. is still up there for me as well. Like, and no matter how great this is, I don't know if it'll be like the greatest werewolf movie ever because it's like going to be so dramatically different. And that's kind of what I want too. Like, I don't want someone remaking Wolfman. And that's the thing that I'm really excited about with this is it's not a werewolf story we've ever heard before. And a lot of the lore and things that we know of with werewolves are not applicable in this. Like, silver bullets are not a thing in this. Like, a lot of the stuff that we know of in the lore of werewolves and stuff, he didn't use. He went way back and actually built this movie around the actual real historical original stories and stuff. Like the stuff from what is it, Gévaudan, the story in France. Like, this is not, I don't think, based solely on that, but he used that like elements from that story as well. The Wolfman was good, but there was too much CGI that looked wonky in it, and some of the acting wasn't the greatest in the Wolfman. Like, stuff held it back, but it was still really good. And like, Benicio del Toro was amazing in it. Wolf Cop. Yeah, I love Wolf Cop. Is another really great werewolf movie. I've made multiple different werewolf videos where I talk about like all of what I think are the greatest werewolf movies. I mean, Wolf Cop, all I have to say is Wolf Dick. Like, dude, I mean, how iconic is that? Yeah, Ginger Snaps. Ginger Snaps is definitely top 10. I forget where I had it ranked, but like, dude, Ginger Snaps is phenomenal. But like, we're talking at least 10 years, unless you count The Cursed, which, if you count The Cursed, that is clearly the best werewolf movie in recent memory, but that's still 6 years old. or A for Silver, whichever title you want to label it. But that movie is almost not a werewolf movie. Like it is and it isn't. There's elements of a werewolf kind of thing in it, but it's more complicated than that. And I don't want to say more than that if you haven't seen it because it's incredible. But Howl is another really good one. And that's not too old. But that's still probably 10 years old or close to 10 years old, right? In like 2017. And then, of course, The Howling, or 2015. So it's 11 years old. Jeez, man. Trying to think, what are some of the werewolf movies that I'm forgetting? Definitely The Howling. But like the Bad Moon's another really good one and underrated too. I know, I can't wait. And that was one of the things I wanted to bring up. So there are some of the first reactions for Evil Dead for Evil Dead Burn are out, and 3C, who has a really great YouTube channel, and I've hung out with him before, really great guy. He saw it last night, and I wanted to read you guys what he said about it real quick. Oh, all of a sudden I'm getting like the hiccups. Damn it. All right. Evil Dead Bird ramps up the gore and the laughs for one hell of a time. This time around, adding bits of fun lore while taking the carnage to brutal levels. That's very unforgiving to the cast. Must be seen with a crowd for the reactions. And then the laughy emoji. Another huge win for the series. Loved it. So that's got me hyped, dude, because a lot of the time I line up pretty closely with Chris's views on movies. Like most of the time especially when it comes to horror, we're in agreement on. So for him to love it that much, like that's awesome. But like it's definitely at this point, besides Werewolf, it's probably my most anticipated movie left this year. Werewolves Within is fantastic. Werewolves Within is like more of a comedy, I think. I don't know. It's great though. Really good movie. What is it? Werewolves or Night of the Werewolves by Night. Is that the one I'm thinking of? That Marvel one that was really cool. And then what's the other one I'm trying to think of? Night of the Lone Wolf. Damn it, the one where about the old guy who the old blind guy who lives in a trailer or like an old folks retirement facility, and there's like a werewolf in it or whatever. That one's really cool, but I'm spacing on the full name of that movie. I never saw Teddy. I heard it was good. It's one I still need to see. Company of Wolves is really good. Great transformation scene in that. Oh yeah, I can't forget about Silver Bullet. Like that's one of my all-time favorite werewolf movies, especially if you're talking about like my favorite childhood type of werewolf movie. That one is probably it for me. That movie's so much fun. I just love that movie. Yeah, Werewolves When I. All right, cool. Yeah, and that's on. I never did watch the color version of it because they released. I think it was last October. They re-released that on Disney with a colorized version. So now there's a black and white version and a color version. There's another Heather. What? She should come over here. Oh, Heather. There's another Heather. Sweet. She should come over here. All right. Look, what are the other things that I had on my little list here? Man, I've been so sick the last 2 days. It's been brutal. Oh, Willa Fitzgerald is joining with Kyle Gallner to do another movie called Skeletons that I believe starts shooting this year, but it's directed and written by JT Molnar. And so they're reuniting basically from Strange Darling. So the two main actors and JT Molnar are making a new movie. But there's also other stars in it too, but I forget who else was in it. But I'm really looking forward to that. So that's one to keep your ears and eyes open for is Skeletons. And then they finally released a full trailer for Her Private Hell. So I wanted to watch that too. And I have not watched this because we only watched the it was like a teaser, the teaser trailer. Yeah, the teaser. Let's see, where is the full trailer? Official teaser. Her Private Hell. Oh, here. Is it this one? Yeah, here we go. All right. So let's go ahead and play this.
Beautiful, sweet, powerful. You either have it or you don't.
Like visually, this movie is going to be amazing. It's kind of all about
forget that
the story and everything else.
is the moment you disappear.
I guess she's
Have you heard?
being stalked by a serial
There's been
killer.
another victim of the Leather Man.
The Leather
Is he a
Man?
ghost? A monster? A god?
If you think he's playing games with you, he is. If you think he's gonna kill you, he is.
Damn.
This is gonna be hell.
Wow, that looks.
Oh, there you go. Turtle named Wildflower.
Ah,
There it is.
damn it.
There it is.
I don't know why it automatically started playing someone else's channel. Let's see. Looks pretty awesome. Like, I'm excited about that. Nicholas Winding Refn, the last movie he did was Neon Demon, which I love. Neon Demon is incredible. And I think Sophie Thatcher is a perfect actor to be in one of his movies because she has such a unique look. She's beautiful, but she's got this real haunting quality about her. You're talking about Wolf, the one with Nicholas. Yeah, the one with Jack Nicholson. The werewolf movie is called Wolf. Okay, Kanan, you've never what? Kanan, you're never alone. You got us plus the pirate yourself. Yeah, I'm just sick, so it's hard. Like I'm very like just like I've pretty much been just not able to do anything the last couple days. It's been brutal. I think I might have to dip out early this stream. I need to go mod for someone else. No worries, B Movie Theater. You do your thing. I'm only gonna do this till 5 o'clock, so another half hour. Because I really need to take a shower. I need to eat and I need to rest because I am far from healthy yet. My video that comes out Friday, like you guys are gonna see me when I was at my sickest. So like 2 days ago was when I shot that one. I'm just finishing up editing it so that I can have it ready for Friday. Yeah, Heidi, that's that was Her Private Hell. Yeah, it's Nicholas Winding Refn's latest movie. He's the guy who did Neon Demon. Angel. Oh. How am I doing? Just trying to survive. Why are you going to the gym sick? Yeah, it's because I needed to get out of the house. Mostly it's a mental thing. But I did arms, which are the least like they don't put as much of a they're not as taxing on the rest of my body. But I also am a big believer that when you have a cold, especially like a flu, it's different. But when you have a cold, the best way to beat it is to fight through it. Like if you just like lay there and don't do anything, it takes much longer to get better. So like I'm always like, even when I was, like I said, at my sickest point, like 2 days ago, I still shot a video and I've still been editing it. I still each day get up and go to the store and get medications. And I just, you can't just lay there. It's like you just get sicker. At least for me, but being a diabetic and stuff makes even getting a cold more of a, like a, complicated thing. Never Get Over Drive, and this is an X by Refn. Great guy. I don't think I saw Citizen X. I'm trying to think. That's not horror, right? Citizen X? Okay, I'm sure you know yourself. It's just a mental thing, man. Like, even if my body is dying, like even when my body's great, it's like the thing you always have to worry about the most is your mentals, man. Like we all focus so much on our bodies and stuff, which is great, but like so many of us just ignore our mental person, and that is like makes everything go round. It's like sleep. Like you'll have all these people that eat great, they work out, they do all these healthy things and then get like 2 or 3 hours of sleep at night. And I'm like, you're a moron. Like, really? Like until your sleep is dialed, then you're getting at least 6 hours a night sleep. None of the other stuff matters because you're not going to get nearly as much out of it. Like we're a full being, it's not just about your body, it's about your mind too. And so I need to rest, but I also need to be able to mentally feel, not go too crazy. Getting a sweat during the sickness helps get exactly. So that was the other thing. I went in the sauna. And that was the other reason why I went to the gym. But I like stayed away from people, even though I don't think I'm probably contagious anymore since I'm on the mend and it's just a cold still. I stayed away from people and no, it's not keto flu because I still get like a recommended carbs. I just am in a protein like 60, 40, 70, 30 protein. Because when you're trying to lose weight, the best way of doing that is keep your proteins up, because not just to build muscle, but protein sticks with you much longer. So if you're the majority of your calories a day, because right now I'm on like a 1,800 to 2,000 calorie, or no, basically a 2,000 a day calorie diet, which for my frame and stuff, I should be eating like at least 2,400. So I'm trying to drop some weight pretty quick. And then I'll ease off a little bit, you know. But anyway, if you keep your proteins up, it's much safer to be in a low calorie diet. Yeah, I don't know if I buy in the whole starve a cold, feed a flu thing. I don't really feel like that stuff works. I don't think starving yourself at any point, especially when your body's battling it, is a good idea. But when you have a stomach flu, you're not feeding it anyway because you're barfing everything up. So if anything, it's like backwards. It's more like starve a flu. Yeah, I just think in general, if you look at most of the studies and diet plans that people do now, they always say to keep your protein at like as close to 1 gram per pound of body weight. You know, like, so I think ideal, they say, is 0.75 grams. So like for me, I weigh 240, you know, so that's like at least 200 grams of protein a day, which that's a lot of fucking protein. Like, it's not easy to eat that much, especially when all you're eating is chicken and rice, which is like all I pretty much eat right now is grilled chicken, rice, and veggies, except for my breakfast, which I'm eating these protein blueberry low carb pancakes. But I'm also a diabetic, so I got to keep my carbs down regardless. Yeah, I always drink a lot of water. Like, I got to drink over a gallon of water a day. Hey, thank you, Frau. You're the best. Thank you. But I don't know how to like that. Why isn't it let me like it? There we go. Trying to like a super chat. Like, it doesn't let me put the heart on it because I'm on the StreamYard interface. You guys see my Evil Dead poster behind me? Evil Dead Burn poster. I wonder how many of you even noticed that I switched, because it has been When Evil Lurks for a long time. Activated charcoal always helps me feel better from whatever yuck I'm experiencing. I've never tried that. Like, you're talking about, is it like the charcoal pills? Because I thought those were just for like sick stomach. Best way to lose is not really. A fasting diet is not the best way to lose, because all you're really doing is losing fluids. Once you start eating again, you're just going to put all that weight back on. So it's like, yeah, if you're just trying to lose weight, like do a weight cut for like say you're a fighter or something, and you're just trying to lose water weight and, you know, stuff like that, then yeah, that's fine. But like fasting, I mean, it doesn't work unless you're going to do it for a long time, but you can't really safely do it for a long time. So the best way to lose weight is to just go on a lower calorie diet, like cut, I mean, like a safe way to, if you're just trying to lose like a quick 10 pounds, it's one thing, but like if you're trying to like safely and like for good lose like 20, 30 pounds, like you're not fasting that away. but I'm also trying to build muscle. And when you fast, your body breaks down some of your muscle. On top of the fact that, like you said, I'm a diabetic, so I can't fast. I don't really know about the whole proteins hard on the kidneys. I mean, if you're eating nothing but heavy proteins, like people that eat just keto diet, there's something to be said about that. But like, I'm still eating plenty of, like, look at my, like, I'm eating a pretty balanced diet. Like, let's see what I ate yesterday. Yeah, so yesterday I had 149 grams of carbs, 228 grams of protein, 49 grams of fat, 1,912 calories. So it's like it's a balanced diet. It's not so much about looks. I mean, it's like that's a benefit of things. I'm trying to lose fat, trying to put on muscle, just trying to be healthy. That's the reason I started all this in the first place. And just trying to get rid of the excess fat that's on me. Like I'm right now at like a 23% body fat, I think. And I'd like to get down to like around a 16, which is still plenty of fat on you, but it's like a healthy level. Looks like I'm trying to, especially the fat that's near my organs and stuff, like my heart health and stuff. That's kind of the big thing that started all this in the first place. No, the When Evil Lurks poster is back in its tube. I have like, I don't know, probably over 100 posters underneath my bed. I have lots of posters. I just don't change them very often because if I really like a poster, I just leave it up. And then I'll be like, you know what? I want to put so-and-so poster up. It's usually I get a new poster and then I'm like, oh yeah, I want to put this poster. Like in the case of this, I'm super amped for that movie. I saw someone selling that on eBay and I was like, all right, I'll take it. But it's also it's hard to really see, but it's like such a sick poster. Like I love it. But When Evil Lurks is like one of my favorite horror movies ever, but especially from the last like 10 plus years. But it's like I used to switch poster like every month. And now it's more of a seasonal thing. Like I always switch one for Halloween. I'll put one up and then I'll switch it again for Christmas. Because those are the only times a year where I do like like a special set deck, set deck for the time of year. Yeah, fasting isn't bad for you. I'm just saying it's not a way to really lose a bunch of weight. Like if you're like, even as a diabetic, you can, if you have your blood sugars in a good state, you can fast for, 24 hours or whatever. And I did I've done intermittent fasting for like a long time. It's like pretty much what I've done. Now I'm doing less of one. Like I'd have a bigger window, but even still, like I don't eat breakfast till like noon, and then I stop eating by like 8:00. So it's still sort of in the intermittent fasting kind of thing. But I'm just talking about straight fasting, and you're not gonna like lose a lot of weight. You might lose a few pounds, but most of it'll come back on as soon as you start eating again. Yeah, exactly. What is it Angel? Yeah, what Angel said. Like I know a lot of people that'll fast, like, you know, I actually know one guy who fasts every single week. He has one day that he fasts, and but like it's not really a weight loss like thing. It's more of, there's lots of different reasons why people think it's healthy. Um, yeah, I've lost quite a bit of weight this year already. Like, especially I've lost a lot of fat this year. But like, as you know, the closer you get to the weight your body should be at, the tougher the pounds are to get off. But mostly it's just like I'm just living healthy. And I keep um like all my numbers when they do my blood work just keep getting better and better. Hey Kanan, thinking about having diabetes, have you heard about cinnamon helping with glucose levels? I read about a study where they found people having cinnamon in their diet helps. Um, I have a supplement. Uh, and cinnamon is one of the ingredients in it. Like I think I talked about it on the last week's stream or whatever, but my doctor put me on or recommended I take like a number of supplements. I forget what it is, but it's like 4 or 5 different like herbal things in it, and it's for diabetic health, and cinnamon is one of the ingredients. It's like I have one that's fish oil, another one that's niacin. But one of them, I forget what's in it, but I know cinnamon it's like clove, cinnamon, something else, but it's just like a pill, but it's got that in it. But I know quite a few people that they'll take, put a tablespoon of cinnamon into their protein shake each morning. It's like you can ingest it that way too. Like I love cinnamon. Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought DJ was going to stop by, at least in the chat, but I don't know. He sent me the thumbnail, which was helpful, but I don't know what he's up to. 7 days and maybe 2 pounds weight loss is not the best reason for fast for me. You fasted 7 days? That's crazy. Like a 24, 48 hours maybe, but 7 days fasting is wild. The thing is, when you fast, it's also hard to keep your energy levels up. So you're probably not going to be exercising as much. So I think it's better to just have a low calorie diet, enough that you still, and that's why I'm not going with a lower calorie diet than what I'm on, because I don't like to feel hungry and I don't want to feel low on energy. And so like the calories I'm on right now, it's what my doctor recommended, but it's also like perfect for me to still have plenty energy to work out. I mean, I'm sick and I still went and spent an hour working out my arms. So like I still have plenty energy on this diet. Mostly I just cut out all fast food and like sugary shit, cut out desserts. I'm eating for dessert now. Eating sugar-free jello with some sugar-free Cool Whip. And that's the thing that has changed the most up on my diet. That, and I'm not eating like a bunch of fried foods. It's like if I'm still craving a burger, I'll get a burger. I'm just not going to get the French fries, that kind of thing. Why the fuck would you fast for 35 days? No, it's not a tea. It's these pills. Let me go grab them. Hold on. It's this. It's berberine. How do I berberine? But it's got let's see, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, turmeric, and milk thistle, and berberine, all in one. So, like, I just got like a number of supplements like that where it's like I still need to get a daily vitamin, but I was really surprised. I expected all this stuff to be so expensive. It's a lot of reason why I haven't gotten, a lot of different things over the years. But then when I went on Amazon, it's like 4 months worth of stuff like this, and they're only like a few dollars a piece. I'm like, wow, this stuff used to be so expensive. I fasted every day, 20 plus hours with 48 hours done twice a month, every day for a year, and went from 220. Well, yeah, but you could, 50 pounds is not that much weight to lose. You could have done that with just you can exercise, man. Like if you just got exercise and we're on like a 2,000, because I've already lost about 40 pounds since January. And I am not fasting. Like, if you like the fasting thing, like, because that sounds like you're doing more of like an intermittent fasting thing. Like, yeah, because you're doing 20. It's a pretty extreme intermittent fasting. Because, like, I know my sister does the 18-hour, and she's lost 150 pounds now, I think. But there's so many ways to lose weight. And like, it's just a big part of it is about knowing your body and knowing like what feels healthy and happy and good for you. And then like what your goals are, like what you're trying to do. Like, I'm not an athlete. I'm not trying to like compete. I'm not trying to become like a bodybuilder. I'm just trying to be the best version of me I can be as I'm getting older. I'm tired of feeling like sluggish all the time and pain and, Yeah, I have another one of those has garlic in it. Another one of the supplements, I think. I forget which one, but I noticed there was garlic in it. Milk thistle, wonderful for your liver. Yeah, that was the main reason why he wanted me to take this one, I think, was for my liver. Because like one of them was like heart health, one of them was for my blood sugars, this one was for my liver. Because I'm on actual prescribed medications for stuff too. But like when they did my blood work, there's a number of things that were kind of high, and as a diabetic, it's hard on all your organs. No, come on, man. What? No, what is it? Peppers? I just don't understand why you would do 35. Like, I never saw you answer why you did 35 days straight of fasting. I must have missed it. I never liked fasting. Like, I'm not a big eater. Like, but like, I hate, and a lot of it is probably because of my diabetes, but like, I get to where like I feel like I have the flu when my blood sugar starts to get low and stuff. Diabetes, it's not reversible. It's like a lot of other things where you can get it to where it is almost undetectable. Like you almost have no, but like no matter how good you get, if you are diabetic Like, I know a number of diabetics that have gotten to where they're not on any meds. They're just on diet and exercise. But like the moment they start eating donuts or doing some crazy shit, for if they do that for like a couple weeks, their blood sugar will be all over the fucking place again. And it takes a lot of work to get it to stabilize again. So it's like, you can make it way better. Like where mine's at right now, it's the best it's been in 20 years. Like it's super stable. I'm not even taking really any insulin. It's like the first time in 24 years, I think, that I haven't been taking regular insulin. I'm just taking my Ozempic as like because it stabilizes my blood sugars. But I still have to take like one pill. But like diabetes is all through my family. Like I know lots of diabetics. It's not reversible. You can get it to where it's almost non-existent as far as, you can live pretty normal. But like if you start to go, and start binge eating and things that a regular person can do, it'll throw you all out of whack again really fast. Yeah, I mean, that's the point. If you eat right and exercise, you can get your pancreas to start producing, like the doctors had basically made me think that my pancreas would never start creating insulin on its own again. And yet here I am now. It's, obviously creating insulin again. But I always kind of knew for a long time because I have family and people that I know that have gotten their diabetes to where it's basically not a thing. So like I knew for a long time but I, like I said, like I was talking about earlier with going to the gym, a lot of it's in your head, man. It's like mentally, you got to be in the right, mental place to do that stuff. And like, it's not about, like, for me, eating is more of like a drug. It's more of, and not exercising. It's more to do with coping kind of thing than it is, I actually need to eat bad or whatever. Yeah, I mean, your body, it's such a cool feeling. Like for the first time, maybe ever as an adult, to be in so much control of my body right now. Like it feels really cool. It's like I literally feel, 10, 20 years younger. Like it's wild. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely dopamine from the eating, I think, is part of it. But for a lot of us, like I know for me, a lot of it comes from like growing up when things were good or when things were bad. Food was always the treat. It was always the, like, you'd have a bad day and it was like at the end of the day, if you had donuts, you literally could reward yourself to feel better by eating cake or donuts. Or, I remember at one point we were homeless and starving, and my parents got some money, and the first thing they did was buy us like a shitload of donuts. And like, you don't think about it when you're a kid, but those things get programmed like deep into your psyche. But like where I'm at now, I don't know, it's cool. It's like my friend had a birthday, or not a birthday, a graduation. Her daughter had a graduation the other day. And so we went over there and she made like tacos, and I had like a couple tacos, like, like the little street tacos. But then they had a cake, and I didn't not have cake. I was like, yeah, I'll have cake. I got a little tiny piece, like maybe like that big, and that was like way too sugary for me as it was. But like, you know, I had that little piece. I was fine. I really, really, really didn't want any more. It wasn't like I think the big thing about changing your diet and health and all that is like you got to change your lifestyle. And so it wasn't even about like forcing myself to eat a certain way. It's just been about doing the things I want to do. And like the better shape you get in and the better functioning your body gets, the more it craves healthy things. You know, like when I'm hungry, I don't crave cake and chocolate and shit right now. I crave meat, man. I crave, you know, some chicken breast. I crave a steak, you know. That's why I think so much of this too comes down to your body and where you're at mentally. Because like people of all like I've known so many people. Like I had this one friend who lost like 100 pounds, and he did basically everything that I've done this year. He did all the like 8 7 8 years ago, and he told me all this stuff, but none of it clicked for me at the time. It was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. But it was like all of a sudden this year just clicked for me. It was like, oh, it's time. I'm in this spot and like I did it. It hasn't even been hard because I've just constantly made improvements. Like there's never been a point where I was like dramatically changed overnight. It's been like, honestly, it's been like years in the making because I cut out cigarettes 6 years ago. And then I cut out all sugary soda and like every sugary type of beverage. Cut all that out like a couple years ago. And then I cut out sugary desserts at the beginning of the year and candy and stuff. And like, so it's just been like, and then, you know, in January, I started exercising and lifting weights. And so it's like, just, you know, you add a little tiny bit on every time you feel like, okay, I could take a little bit more. It's like each day or week or whatever, just, you know, make my diet a little bit better, exercising a little bit better, you know, but I didn't even track a lot of this for the first like couple months of this year. I didn't track any of my working out. And up until just a couple weeks ago, I didn't even track my diet. But it's like now I did it not because I had to, because I wanted to, and it feels good. And it made me happy to track and like makes it fun. Makes it easier to make decisions too. Because like if you're trying to figure out what to eat for dinner, you know, and you got 600 calories to work with, you know, that's going to cut certain things out. Dude, that movie is so bad, Gaston. Yeah, I agree. The crash scene was actually pretty good. And it's funny because that part of it like didn't really stand out in the movie like it does in the trailer. But like other than that, the movie is just it's just so like blah. Like there's nothing special about it at all. It doesn't do anything new or different. Dude, I was pretty disappointed in Supergirl because I didn't think it was horrible or anything, but Lobo is fucking badass in it, man. And like, we're probably never going to see that character again. You know, like I don't even know if we're going to see much more from DC before we get a reboot. You know, we'll see like a couple more, but if they don't start making some serious money from the next few, like they're not going to keep having James Gunn do shit. Like, especially if there's like one more major flop, because they're going to lose like 200 plus million on Supergirl. Like at least 200 million. And like, that's what they'll even admit to. Off the books, it's probably much worse than that. It's like if you count in all the advertising, all the merchandising, all that shit, you know how much money they're going to lose just on toys and like popcorn buckets and shit? Dude. It's like that Snow White live action movie where you know, some reports say they could have lost as much as like $600 million from that movie because of all the merchandising. Like that stuff people don't really think about with these big movies like this, because they got to pre-make all this stuff. So like if they make these popcorn buckets, they got to make like millions of them to have them ready to sell. And so then when a movie flops like this, where do you think what happens to all those popcorn buckets? Well, they get thrown away. They literally lose money on all of it. Food insecurity will mess your head up when you're a kid. Yep. Food is a big insecurity for me. Like weight has always been a thing for me. Like I was really overweight as a kid, you know, and I've been, you know, big as an adult. Like I've always been, you know, I've always had a gut, you know, I haven't been like super huge, but the big thing for me this time hasn't been that I was like crazy amount overweight. I was just like, I've always had weight, but I always had a lot of muscle and I was still in decent shape. But then with my foot being messed up and just being so sedentary doing this job of editing all day, I've just became mush. So it's like I still wasn't like super fat, but I had, you know, like so little muscle, and like, you know, I was like a jelly man. And so that's been the big thing for me too. It isn't just about losing weight. It's been more about trying to get muscle back. Like that's been the biggest, you know, which is also why I haven't dropped a ton of weight. I've been focusing more on gaining muscle. And so like now I'm going to slowly start reducing my weight some as I'm gaining muscle. And so, you know, I'll get a little bit thinner, but then bulk out some with the muscle is what the goal is. Thank you, Farrell. Try to have them like treat. I'm missing stuff. It's hard to keep track because like you guys will have a conversation. No boobs. Of course there was no boobs in Supergirl. It's like PG-13. I think Clayface is gonna be really good. I mean, it's written by Mike Flanagan, and like there's nothing Mike Flanagan has written that I've ever not been impressed with. Yeah, Supergirl is a massive flop, like big time flop. It only made like, what was it, 40 million this weekend? And it cost like, depending on who you believe, it's like well over 200 million. Yeah, it made 37 million. Like it's, you know, it's one of those things, like any of these big franchise movies, they got to make like $1 billion nowadays to make money. Because if it costs 200 million to make it, then they split 50-50 with the theaters. So that means they got to make 400 million just to break even on ticket sales. That's not including advertising. And usually movies spend at least half of the budget again. So in this case, it'd be another 100 million on advertising. And that's not including merch. So we're talking this movie needs to make 600-700 million just to break even. And it's not going to come close to that. It might make like maybe 200 million, maybe worldwide. That's why they're saying it's going to lose like at least 200 million. What was James Gunn's response? The only responses I've really seen is like, you know, they still have faith in the big picture. Like this is just one piece to the bigger picture. Yeah, and I think Clayface is going to actually make good money too. So I think that that'll really help fix a lot of the problems, you know. But I always knew Supergirl wasn't going to make money. Like I just don't think it, even if it was a good movie, I just don't think it would have made much money. I think it was a bad choice to follow Superman up with Supergirl. Like they should have hit, with Batman or, another one of the big pillars, even Wonder Woman, but done another one of the big icons, because you want to get the ball rolling. Like that's what Marvel did. It wasn't that like Marvel just came out with the most obscure, less popular superhero movie. They kept the ball rolling, they went with their hits. And then once they had built this thing, then they started kind of branching out some. What's up, Diddy? I wish I could have milk. That's the other thing. I had to cut dairy pretty much out of my diet. This is just making me sick. I think that Batman, but see, that's the Matt Reeves, John. I think that basically the next Batman 2, the Matt Reeves Batman 2, I think that is the one that's going to be more of the Court of Owls. From all the reports and stuff that's going on with it, it's not going to maybe be straight up the Court of Owls, but it's going to play in that sandbox. But James Gunn is doing another Batman, and it's going to have Robin, and I think it's going to be less dark and not as serious as Matt Reeves' version of Batman. And so, I don't think that one's going to do the Court of Owls. I don't know what that Batman's going to be like. Nobody does. Supposedly they casted the next Batman, but they haven't released that information yet. So well, Batgirl's not that good. It wasn't horrible, but it's super mid. And that's how it works these days. If there's not a lot of hype for a movie, like people see the trailer and they're not blown away by it, and then the word of mouth start, when people reviewing it start saying, yeah, it's just, everybody, even people that are like Chris from 3C, he's never mean and hard on movies. And he said the same thing about Batgirl. It's just mid. It's not horrible. It's fine, but it's not something you have to go see in theaters. But that's part of the thing when you're, the tricky part of all of this is it takes years to get stuff like this done. And so they can't really go back now. They got at least, I guess the next movie they're making is Bane, which, I don't know how that's going to work. I do think it's kind of an interesting way to go about this though, because they're making a Clayface movie, and nobody's really done that. So instead of doing what Marvel did, where they made one by one these superhero movies and then eventually brought them all together for the Avengers, it would be interesting if DC does the other way, where they do all these villain movies and they build up these villains, and then they have this, I think that could be pretty cool. So maybe that's what they're doing. I just think it was a big mistake making Supergirl right now. They just should not have made that as the second one. They should have maybe release Clayface first, you know, like something that it's like you want to reel people in. To me, Supergirl is something that you make after you've already got everybody is excited about what James Gunn's doing. You know, the James Gunn universe is rocking. Then you make a Supergirl movie. And something about it to me feels like a studio decision. It feels very studio. It doesn't feel like a James Gunn decision. It feels more like the studio is like, well, we want to get all the girls too, so let's make a Supergirl next. You know what I mean? Like that just never works. Hey, there's Dickface. Everybody say hi to fuck guy that hates everything. See, even says right there in his name, horror sucks. He just hates everything. I come in to see what's going on, and the first thing I hear is riveting show. Dude, you're so lucky I'm even here, man. I am sick and I've been battling a fucking cold all week. But it's not like I could do this by myself. Did you actually see Supergirl? Or are you just saying that? Like, because, like, why would you go see Supergirl, but you didn't see Superman? Jackass. Like, Superman was actually good. Supergirl was not. But it's not the worst superhero movie ever made, dude. Did you see fucking Flash? Or, I mean, shit. Like, all the Sony verse stuff, like Madam Web. Holy crap. You want to talk about bad? Like, definitely was not a fan of Supergirl, but, like, it's way better than those. See, DJ loves doing this shit because it's like he's not even here, so I can't, like, yell at him. Nathan Fillion's bowl cut. I don't know. I mean, I like in some ways that they're doing, like, that James Gunn is trying to keep it very close to the comics, and I think that's pretty cool. But then at the same time, Nathan Fillion's hair looks so dumb. So it's like some of it I'm like, I don't know. No, I'm too sick to, like, actually throw ammo at. Blue Beetle was cool. Yeah, Blue Beetle did get done dirty. But, like, dude, everything has been fucked up of, like, DC, man. Everything DC's done. And even Marvel, like, Marvel and DC. Hold on. Is Blue Beetle Marvel or DC? He's Marvel, right? I don't know. But they've been, like, comic book movies have been trash for, like, a long time. Like, I really liked Deadpool Wolverine. And I liked Zack Snyder's Justice League, like the director's cut. I thought was sick, but, like, most of it's just been awful. Because, well, supposedly they were gonna keep Blue Beetle. Like, James Gunn said that was one of the characters that he was keeping, supposedly, or actors, is that he was bringing him back as Blue Beetle. So I don't know if that's gonna happen or what way that'll happen, or. Because, like, if you remember when James Gunn first took over DC, Blue Beetle was just about to come out. And that was one of the movies that he wasn't completely going to reboot on. So I don't know. Yeah, but movie houses have always been trying to just get money. That's it. Like, that's all they ever do. It's just they have the wrong people in charge of making creative decisions. And so, like, that's what it comes down to. It's like that's all they ever care about. Like it's like any other business. They're in the business of making money. They're not in the business of creating cool art. What did he say? Yeah, I can't hear. Sorry, man. We can argue next week. If you thought Supergirl was good, you're probably touched. No, I didn't. You jackass. See, look at this. He can like talk shit because he can't even hear me. Maybe you can hear that. No, I am definitely not defending Supergirl. I just don't think it's like the worst fucking superhero movie. We've had some fucking bad ones. Like honestly, the last really great superhero movie to me is probably the last Spider-Man. Like that was a great fucking superhero movie. That it was like everything that I want from a superhero movie. So I'm really hoping that because we have Spider-Man this month, the new Spider-Man. So I'm hoping that's good. Calm down, culture warriors. It's okay. I don't know what the hell that means. What do you mean, culture warrior? Now I got to watch again the Justice League flick tonight. Yeah, I actually really liked Zack Snyder's. Like it was too fucking long, but I did think it was pretty fucking sick. Yeah. Okay, that was the last great one. You're right. You're totally right. Herman Girl, the last animated Into the Spider-Verse, that was a fucking great movie. Not good, great. I saw that like 3 or 4 times. Was that 2 summers ago? So good. Like I really am excited to see the next one. But yeah, I just think they have the wrong people in charge, especially of writing. You know, and like I think James Gunn's great as a director. I really enjoy his sense of humor and the style of movies he makes. I just don't know if James Gunn's the right person to have in charge of everything. Because his like Supergirl, the problem with it is it kind of just felt like a James Gunn movie, and like these movies are kind of all starting to feel like the same thing, like the same kind of sense of humor. I don't know. I like some of the songs on the Spider-Verse soundtrack. There was that song with Swaco. Like that was pretty sick. But I don't remember if I listened to the whole soundtrack. Gunn inserts too much politics. What are you talking about? There's like no politics in this movie. I don't agree with the politics thing. Where is there politics in James Gunn's movies? Like, it's like a fantasy universe. Well, yeah, there's different Peter Parkers. There's different Peter Parkers in all these different universes. Like, yeah, I mean, you can read politics into everything. I don't think he's like, there's a difference between politics and like human, like struggle and things, cultural significance of things, or, or what's the word I'm looking for? Thank you, Deep Dive. Thank you so much. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything that's like straight up politics. Like, there's definitely nothing to me that's talking about government or our current administration or any of that kind of thing. In what way, Tig? Like, I mean, the only thing I've seen is along those lines is some people saying because they made her out to be like a lesbian in Supergirl, which they never even addressed her sexuality at all in the movie. So like, I don't even know where, like, I mean, she's kind of boyish, like tomboyish, like, okay. But like that to me is the most ridiculous take, because like she didn't even like it wasn't like she was kissing girls or dating girls or anything to do with that in the movie. Yeah, that's a great example, because that was such a bullshit take. Like, to me, that was a big reach, trying to say that there was, like, he literally created a totally different country and government stuff in Superman, so where he wasn't upsetting anybody. Because you got to have dude, how are you going to make a movie and not have a villain? Like, no matter who your villain is, someone can try to say that they're similar to so and so and say that it's referring to so and so. I mean, if you want to say that, it's like trying to say that every villain ever made is basically Hitler. It's like, well, yeah, but at the same time, it's like you could say like GI or He-Man, like the back in the day, Skeletor originally was based on, like supposedly based on like Hitler or different great, but it's like at the same time, it's not. It's like you're taking maybe some different elements, but it's not meant to be exactly that thing either. I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't want to get into political shit. Like, it's one thing to talk about, but like in this specific politics, like, let's not do that. I mean, we've talked about everything but really what this channel's about. We've talked about diet. We've talked about fucking now politics. Like, this is what happens when I'm sick. Because like talking about ethics is different. Like, a lot of people kind of misconstrue those things. Like morality, ethics, like human nature, like stuff like that, the human condition. That's not politics. Like, you could talk about social issues without being political. And so, like, does he talk about social issues? Yes. So does Marvel. So does like every superhero movie ever made. So does everything. You know what I mean? But like, if you're drawing political sides, if you make someone that is very clearly Trump in your thing, or like back in the day with the Captain America comics, like back in the Hitler was literally like, the Nazis and Hitler were literally in the comics. Like, that was who Captain America was fighting. Like, if you were to do that kind of thing now, then yeah, that would be politics. Like if there was someone that's straight up, this is, whoever, then yes, it would be politics. But that's different than talking about social issues or, see, question. Did you ever watch House of Pleasures, that old thriller erotics I told you about a few months ago? No, I think I might have added it in my queue. I'm looking to see if I added it in my queue. It's not a horror movie, say ya. Like, am I looking at the right one? It says it's a drama. I might have added it in my queue on my tablet. For some reason, I don't know if this does this to you, but on my phone, when I add something in my queue, it doesn't automatically add it over to my tablet, which sucks because then I'll go to watch movies and because I can't remember everything you guys recommend me. All right, it's in my queue now, but it says it's a drama. But either way, I put it in my queue now, so eventually I'll see it. Tubi just added a bunch of great movies, though. I have a video coming out. Hopefully, it'll be up Sunday. And there's a bunch of cool new stuff that they just added on Tubi that I'm excited about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the right one because I vaguely remember you messaging me, I think, on Messenger or something. But it's in my queue now, so it'll be eventually. I have a long queue, but it's at least in there. Of the USA, Bosnia is still tied 0-0. Man, that fucking thing better not end tied 0-0. What point in the match is it right now? It's like halfway through, right? It's like about halfway through. Can they, if they lose, do they get bounced? You see the Tribe yet? I just watched Obsession and about to watch Undertone. No, Tribe isn't. I think that's the one that is still not. Or is that the one that's a rental? I don't know. You guys tell me about so many movies, but a lot of times you guys recommend movies that I either have to rent or that aren't even out yet. Yeah, this movie Tribe, I don't even know where it's available. It says it's a rental, so maybe I have it on my Prime. There's like some really cool looking movies that are not released yet. Like there's that yeah, I don't even see where you would rent this movie Tribe. Because it says it's available as a rental, but then when I go to rent it, I don't see it. Where did you watch it? Yeah. Okay, now I remember, because anytime someone says cosmic horror, I'm in. But I remember looking for this the other day, and like I can't find it streaming anywhere. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it hasn't been released here in the States yet or what. Because cosmic horror is like my favorite genre of anything. Oh, you're talking about Ash? Yeah, I loved Ash, man. I was so disappointed that everybody talked shit about that movie because I loved it. But I think the style and music and everything of Flying Lotus was part of what I loved about it. And so, like, there's probably style over substance there. And I'm someone that style, look, and that kind of thing goes a long way for me. But a lot of people are so about story. And I'm just like, man, if it's all about a story, then just read. Like, a movie's not about just story, it's about a mood, about how it feels. You can stream The Tribe on Watch Series, Shutter. I don't know what the hell you just wrote there. Is that like a website? It just looks like a string of words. But it sounds to me like it's not released legally in the States yet. Strung on Peacock? Oh yeah, Hope looks hella cool. That's the sci-fi one, right? It comes out like next month, I think. But that's going to be in theaters. See, that's the thing. It's Tribe says it's a 2025 movie, but that doesn't mean anything. Because it did its film festivals and stuff in 2025. So that's when it technically came out. But that doesn't mean anything. Like there's like for instance, Ugly Stepsister is a 2024 movie, but it didn't get a release anywhere really at all until 2025. So like that year doesn't always count because that year just simply means whatever year the first time it was viewed by anybody in basically in a theater, that's the date that goes on it. Even if it's just one film festival, that'll be the year that a movie came out, even though. And that's why it's important to kind of look at it on Wikipedia and be like, okay, when did it actually get a public, like a wide release? And then you'll be like, oh shit. Like sometimes there'll be like 2-3 years before movies get a wide public release. But with this movie, I just don't. Like it might be available somewhere to stream, but I'm not seeing it. So, if anything, and maybe it's a rental, but it's for sure like. Because I don't think it didn't come out last year. Like it says it's a 2025 movie, but it for sure did not get a wide release last year. Yeah, see, it came out in October 10th in the UK. And it still doesn't have a wide release in the States. So it's the reason it sounds to me like the reason you were able to see it is on like a pirated website. But I never watch a movie that I can't tell you guys how or where it's available. unless it's at a film festival. But then it's, you know, like when I saw Fantastic Fest last summer, and then I told you guys in all the movies, like, this will be available next year, or this doesn't have a release date or whatever. But as far as like movies I review regularly in my videos, I'm not going to talk about something. The only way for you to watch it is pirate it. No, I'm looking at the right one. Because it says it's a Lovecraftian, this movie, right? Damn it. Yeah, it's a found footage horror movie. It says a desperate man lost in the West Coast mountains has to reconstruct his past in order to step back from the edge of insanity. But it doesn't have a release here in the United States. It says country of origin is the United States, though. But it was initially released in the UK last October, which means it probably just did one film festival, because you got to get distribution, and the only way to get any kind of distribution is show it somewhere. Yeah, Dan Asma. Yep. That's the one I'm looking at. But I don't see it anywhere. If you guys see it somewhere to rent, let me know. But I don't. From what I'm seeing, it doesn't have a release yet, which makes me think that maybe Shudder or someone like that is going to pick it up and distribute it. Yeah, and like I just don't believe in going and pirate streaming it, because then the movie gets literally no support from that at all. It's not just money. There's no way to track that. There's no way to help that promote the movie. It literally is like a nothing. It's like you watched it for no reason at all. It'd be like if you were to watch one of my videos pirated on someone else's website. Only they make money from it. Only they get credit for it. It doesn't help me at all. So you literally just stole from me. So like that's why I'm not a fan of pirating. It's like if you pirate anything, I just don't think it's right. But it's really not right when you're pirating super small indie movies. It's like pirating the Hellgate, where DJ is in debt through his eyeballs with that movie. Like a lot of these movies, you know, they don't make, it's not like an obsession situation where people get millionaires from it. Most of the time, these little tiny indie movies, like they're in debt for like to a bunch of people. It sucks. Yeah, I love Keeper. I think Keeper's awesome. And like these little indie movies, it's people making movies because they love it and they have dreams of someday being able to make a living from it. And in so many of these cases, they're not making money from them yet. I don't see it available on VOD. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was looking for. If it's somewhere available on VOD, that's different. But I don't see it available on VOD. Like I might be missing it. Yeah, I do not see this movie on VOD. So if you're seeing it, what platform are you seeing it on VOD? Because I see The Tribe or a TV series Tribe. Let me check Apple. Maybe Apple has it. Oh, hold on. Yep. It is. Okay, you are right. It is on VOD, but only on Apple. It's only $4.99 to rent. So I'll check this one out and let you guys know. So everything I said is still applicable, but not in this case, because this movie is available to rent now. I don't know why it's only on Apple though. Because it's not, you can't rent it on YouTube either, I don't think. Yeah, it looks like they must have some exclusive deal with Apple to be their distributor on it. So I'm actually excited to check it out. It's only $5.99 to rent, so it's definitely worth renting. It's so funny, Angel, because I felt the opposite way with Keeper. Like it started out, it was okay. But then that final act, I thought it was awesome. Got so weird and fucking creative. I tried to give Plex coverage. I've done a couple videos on Plex, and every time the videos tank horribly. So that's why I don't do exclusive videos for Plex. Plus, Plex is basically the same as Tubi and the same as Pluto. Like they're all the exact same thing. They're just free streaming services with limited commercials, and they all have the exact same content usually. And of those, Tubi is the one that has the best and the least commercials. Because that's my problem with Plex is it has a lot of commercials. It's the same reason why, what's the other one I'm thinking of? Because there's that one website. I forget the name of it, but they have a lot of shit too, but their commercials are just crazy. It's like a lot of these, it's like literally every 3 minutes or so, you have a minute of commercials. Yeah, you're the first and only person that's mentioned Tribe to me. Because I remember you telling me about it in a comment like last week. So those are my favorite movies to discover, though. Like that's Man Finds Tape, which, speaking of which, it just became available, I think, today on Tubi. It was supposed to, but hopefully they don't make me a liar, because that would suck, because it's going to be in my video. Dude, what the fuck? They're supposed to have added it. Oh, tomorrow. Okay, cool. Yeah, so mark it on your calendars for tomorrow. Tubi adds Man Finds Tape. And if you haven't seen that and you're a fan of found footage movies, that one's fucking rad. I talked about it like a while ago, like early this year when it was still a rental. My top streaming services, Tubi would be number one for me now. And then it would be Shudder. And probably Prime. Because if we're talking about bang for your buck, because Netflix has got some good stuff, but they very rarely rotate, and they're like $20 now a month. And then Hulu, Like, dude, unless you watch it with commercials, but then it's still like $12 a month, but you get a shitload of commercials. But Hulu has some great content, but you're spending like $20 a month again. And like the reason I have Prime rated so highly is because with Prime, you get Prime shipping. So like most of us are using Prime anyway. Like that's how I do a lot of like, that's how I buy a lot of stuff, I get delivered my medications or whatever. So like if I have that anyway, well then streaming is free. And yeah, some of it has some commercials, but yeah, so that's kind of the reason I have them that way. And like for the money, I think even though Shudder has gone up, they still get the underground stuff that only they have. Because that's the thing. A lot of these other services, they'll have stuff that everybody else is going to have or get. Shudder, because they have their own movies, a lot of the stuff is only on there for quite a while. Like even to this point, there's certain movies that the only place you can watch them is on Shudder or AMC, which that's interchangeable. Shudder, AMC Plus, they're basically the same thing because AMC owns Shudder. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the Peacock's crap, man. Like Peacock pisses me off because like I'm like, okay, fine, I'll pay for it for a month or whatever. But then you still have commercials on a lot of the shit unless you pay for an even higher thing, and they hardly ever rotate content, and it's not even that great of a selection, especially when it comes to horror. So like Peacock makes me mad because it's like they'll get people in from like one or two new movies, like they'll get the new Scream or whatever. So they'll get like one or two of these like bigger name movies. So people are like, oh, cool, I'll get them for a month. So like, unless you're watching, like the same goes for all of them. The reason I have Prime ranked so highly is because you get Prime membership for shipping, right? Saves you a bunch of money if you're going to, buy stuff online. So like it makes it worth having the streaming service. And so it's kind of like, what are you getting for the money? If you're watching it like Netflix, even though Netflix horror selection isn't the greatest in the world, they still get some really good series. They have some good reality TV. They have some interesting sporting events from time to time. Like there are still things you're getting for the money if you enjoy those things. But it's like Hulu, and I mean, yeah, because now it's like Hulu and Disney Plus are kind of you get both basically. And so like that's kind of cool, but I don't know, unless you're watching a lot of Marvel content or the Star Wars series and things like that, I just feel like it's not worth the money anymore. Yeah, exactly. Amazon Music as well. So it's like, that's the way I rank everything. If it's just based on who has the best horror content, then that's a little bit different. Like based simply on who has the best content for horror, then it would be Tubi 1, Shudder 2, Hulu, Disney Plus 3. And like HBO has some amazing movies too. My only issue with HBO is they just don't rotate very often. Like HBO gets the biggest titles, like some of the best movies that you're only going to be able to see if you get HBO for like quite a while. And then they also have some really, really good horror series. They just only rotate stuff every like couple months. Like for the most part, they'll add a couple movies each month, but for the most part, it's like you could have HBO once every 3 months, really. That's why I always tell everybody the best thing to do is rotate. Like every month, get a different streaming service and watch everything you want to watch that month. Once you've watched everything that you want to watch, cancel it and get a different service. And so like each month, you're spending like $20 or so on a streaming service, but you always have a different one. And then if you just pay attention, to like what's coming out on the different streaming services, you'll never miss anything. And you'll spend like way less money. A lot of us have lots of them because of the convenience of it. It's not even so much that we want to spend the money, but it's like we're not paying attention enough to cancel them and renew them and stuff. And that's how they take advantage of us. Yeah, I have a YouTube Premium is very much worth it if you watch a lot of like I watch a ton of YouTube. Like YouTube is where I probably it's where I'm on the most. I watch the most YouTube of anything I watch, and it's because I am constantly editing and or working on putting together a list or researching or things like that. And so it's kind of always on in the background for me. And then because I have Verizon, I can get I have a YouTube Premium for only $10 a month. And I think it's really worth it, especially because YouTube now has added a bunch of movies and like they rotate pretty often. And so there's always movies you can watch without commercials on there too. So like I personally think YouTube Premium, if you can get it through your phone provider or whoever and get it for $10 a month, I think it's really worth it because you also get the YouTube Music. And I don't get anything for saying this. It's like I try to tell people. I had another person accuse me today of being sponsored by Netflix. I'm like, you fuckers do not get it. Nobody pays me. I literally say this stuff to help you guys. That's the only reason. The only reason I make list on any of a certain platform is to help you guys. The only reason I made these videos in the first place was to help you guys. Like I didn't start this channel to make money. I didn't make a single penny from it for almost 2 years. I was eligible to be monetized after about a year, but YouTube screwed up and put a check on my channel, even though nothing had ever happened. I never had done anything wrong, but they made it. They basically had to fix. I had to get YouTube involved and go on Twitter and get a bunch of YouTubers on my behalf to talk to YouTube, and finally got them to clear that up. And then I was able to finally start getting paid. And it's fucked because it's not like they prorated the money I would have been making for like a year. Nope, doesn't work that way. But yeah, so I didn't make any money at all for almost 2 years from doing this. And then it took me another about 2 years to make enough money to where it was like significant enough that I could quit my job. And so I basically have been doing this full time now for almost 2 years. But the only way I get paid is from ad revenue. So it's you guys watching the videos. I get like 1/10 of a penny per view, something like that. It's like, I think it's like a couple bucks for every 1,000 views. Is basically how it works out. And so that's why Patreon is such a huge help too, because that and then the channel memberships, like, that's helpful. I know you guys appreciate me. I'm not saying that you guys should appreciate me or any of that. I don't mean it that way. I just get frustrated that people think that I'd be crooked like that. But like nobody on YouTube's that way. Cause like you can get in a lot of trouble and your channel deleted, like literally deleted, if you were to be sponsored by someone and not let people know that you're sponsored by them. Like there's TikTokers that do that shit because TikTok doesn't have the same policy when it comes to that. But on YouTube, if you were like, say I was sponsored by a brand, like say Apple sponsored me, right? And I was wearing this Apple Watch around and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't let people know that I was had them as an affiliate. Like you can get in a lot of trouble for that shit. But more than that is if you have a video that's sponsored by that company, like if I'm talking about Apple and promoting them in a video, it has to say this video is sponsored. Like you'll see a little thing that comes up on the bottom of the screen. And the reason it says that is because I have to go in and actually select a thing that says this video is sponsored. And if I don't do that, I can get my channel deleted. Like not just banned, like, or not just taken down, like literally they'll delete your channel all the content you've ever created, all of it gone, poof, done. And like, I can't even comprehend that. 6 years of work. Like, I don't have any of these videos backed up. Like, YouTube is where they all live. Like, I can't even imagine how much that would hurt. I wish I could back everything up. Like, if I could, I would have a lot of hard drives, like a lot of channels, like Dead Meat. He's got everything he's ever done basically backed up on hard drives, but it costs a lot of money. I don't have money for that shit. I have enough storage space to store it's basically every like 2 or 3 months. So like I'm backed up for like probably the last 12 videos, I'd say, are backed up. So like maybe 2 months worth, roughly. But like I have like, 800 videos. I don't know. I have no idea how many I'm at. 600 videos. How many videos have I made? Does it not even say how many videos? Didn't it used to say like I swear, didn't he used to say how many videos? Like on your channel? I thought it used to say like right on your. Yeah, there it is. Was it 895 videos? Yeah, there's no way I could have all that backed up. Thank you. 895. It just doesn't show on my phone anymore. Like I'm pretty sure it used to say like right there on the desktop, like where it says my subscriber count, it used to say right next to that how many videos, but it doesn't show that anymore. So I don't know. It still shows on the desktop though, because that's what I just went and looked. But man, that's crazy. Yeah, it's so much editing because there's actually quite a few videos that aren't even counted in that because that's only public videos. So like there's a significant like at least 100 or so that aren't published. Like they're old videos that didn't have to do with horror or they got demonetized or screwed up somehow or whatever. What is movie split review? Heck, I subscribe and then I freeze. Great deal. What? What are you talking about, Yak? Oh, he just joined as a member. Welcome to the crew, man. That's awesome. But I don't know what you mean by you froze. No, that isn't. No, it doesn't include shorts. I haven't done very many shorts either. But I don't think that is. I think that's just your full length. But I have only done a handful of shorts. Most of my shorts are over on TikTok, which I need to get around to start posting again because I did post every day for about 6 months. $20 just to rent? What is $20 just to rent? What did I miss? Oh, Obsession? Well, yeah, but it's a brand new movie. It literally came out yesterday. It'll come down in price. It's every new release now is like every bigger new release is like $20 because it's still in theaters. Once they're completely out of theaters, then they'll chop it in half and it'll be like $10. And then it'll come down to about $5 and then it'll be on a streaming service. But Obsession is such a hot commodity. I don't know when it's going to be streaming because originally it was supposed to be like on a streaming service, I think this month, and yet it's still in theaters. But it's actually worth the money. Like if you have like someone else to see it with kind of thing, think about it like if you went to the movie theater, it would have cost you $15 to see it in a theater. So if you have like one other person to watch it with, you're saving money renting it at home. And that's why they charge the $20. But it's actually a good movie, so it's worth spending the money to rent. A lot of these fucking movies, you spend $20 and it's garbage. But Obsession is legitimately, almost everybody agrees on this, it is the best movie of the year. I mean, like the vast majority of YouTubers, we all are basically in agreement that it's the best movie of the year. Yeah, Obsession is still in theaters. Like I don't know how soon it's going to be gone, but it's probably at least another week or two. Cuz it still made $9 million last week in theaters. So like it's going to be in theaters for a little while. Like at least another week or two. No one in No loves horror. I don't know what you're talking about. Hell yeah. I am so amped for Evil Dead. Ugh. I wish it was next week. Because we don't got any movies to look forward to this fucking week. Like what comes out to I think the only one was Minions, which I'll go see because it's cute, but it's not like I'm excited to see Minions. But isn't that like the only thing that came out this week? Like at least I had Jackass to go see last week. Did any of you guys go see Jackass? Dude, I almost started crying at the end of that movie. It's so weird. I did not expect to feel emotional. But like I feel like I've grown up with those guys. Like it was a really wild feeling. I mean, I didn't cry, but I'm saying I actually felt pretty emotional. It was really surprising. Oh, Young Washington. Woo! Yeah, dude, there isn't fucking shit. Yeah, the only movies that come out this week. Seriously, 4th of July weekend, and you have Minions and Young Washington. Like, what the fuck? We've had so many great movies. Why would they only have those coming out on a holiday weekend? That makes no sense. Like, why didn't they have Spider-Man come out this week? Probably because Minions. Because Minions will make like $1 billion. I am excited for Minions because even though it's a cartoon and silly, it at least has to do with monsters. So like that'll be fun. What are Yak? What are you talking about? Exploitation. What did I miss? Happy to join, Captain. What did what did I miss here? The movie Split. Obsession is still killing theater here, so no. I'm finally watching Obsession this weekend at home. Hell yeah. It's so fucking good, man. It's I know it's like it's one of the rare movies that I don't even ever feel like I got to warn anybody about because it's like the hype is so big, and yet it's so rare I hear anyone not blown away by it, even though they have it hyped. I mean, at this point, it's like the most hyped fucking movie in forever. Like everybody is raving about it, and yet I still expect everybody to be blown away. Like, and that never happens. Like, never. When a movie is this hyped, like, it's like impossible for people to be impressed anymore because they expect it to be like, but it actually is. It's that fucking good. Oh, that sucks. Obsessions. I wonder when I'm sure it will be streaming there, but it's like, because it's a different country, there's going to be different release dates. What do you mean it played? Smiley, sometimes I feel like I wish I could pull you through the screen so I could slap you around. You always say everything plays out how you thought. Oh, sweet. You got a new printer prop? That's awesome. Yeah, I love Jackass. It was so fun. It's just like I said, I feel like I've grown up with those guys. They're like all basically my same age. And I remember, watching them with all my friends. We were all in the same dumbass, like we were all into the same stupid shit at the time, No, Jackass isn't like, it's actually a real everything's real. Like, there isn't a ton of gore. It's not a parody. It's a bunch of guys who do these crazy fucking stunts and actually get hurt. Nobody dies. It's not gory really, but it's like just lots of dick jokes and guys getting kicked in the balls, and like it's funny, it's fun. It literally just like feels like you're hanging out with a bunch of idiots that are playing jokes on each other and hurting each other and doing just crazy shit, like Johnny Knoxville getting on a real rocket and shooting off into a lake on this fucking rocket. Like, just crazy ass shit. But what's cool about this one is there's a ton of footage from back in the day, like stuff that never MTV couldn't air because like it was too like crazy, like showing dude's dick or whatever, like too crazy to be on TV. And so now they compiled all this stuff that was too crazy to be on TV, or they didn't fit it into one of the movies. And then they also do a bunch of new stuff too. So it's like a mixture of all these things. But it's just cool too, because it's kind of like them just looking back on their lives and talking about the people like Ryan Dunn, who has passed away, and stuff like that too. So it's just really good. It's really fun. But like, if you're not a Jackass fan, I don't know if it would work for you. But like, if you grew up with them watching them on TV and stuff, like, it's great. It was Joey's 50th birthday live stream. You talking about Joey Jordison? Because didn't he just have his heavenly birthday? Would he have been 50? Yeah, that's the thing with Sinners. Sinners was and the same with Weapons. Both those movies got so hyped up that I know quite a few people that were like, yeah, I liked them, but they weren't like as good as I was expecting, because everybody made them sound like they're the greatest movie of all time. And I get that. Like, they were so hyped up. But that's the crazy thing with Obsession. I have almost heard nobody say that. And like, that's wild. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that just doesn't happen. Like, when there's this much hype, most of the time people are like, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't that good. You know what I mean? But like, no, everybody, it's like they come out and they're like, holy shit, dude. It was like, I can't believe it, but it was actually even better than I expected. Yeah, that would be. I could definitely see there being stuff that could bring up a lot of emotions and stuff. Like I'm as white gets. I don't have any real races of any color at all in my blood. Like I just don't. It's ridiculous how just plain white I am. But anytime I watch anything to do, especially stuff, it's hard, man. I just think it doesn't matter if it's your race or not. If you're a human being and you're empathetic and stuff, and you could feel others' pain, it's just excruciating. It's the same whenever I watch like stuff to do with like Trail of Tears and like stuff that Native Americans went through. And like, I don't know. I've never been able to understand people that can't feel the pain of others, Jackass got you grounded. I was a little older than that, so I didn't ever get grounded because I was like late teens and early 20s when Jackass was on MTV. So I was like out living on my own at that point. You prefer Pig? Do you mean the movie Pig? It's not a horror movie. Pig is phenomenal though. But I don't know why you would compare Pig to Longlegs. Like they're complete polar opposite movies. The only thing they have in common is that they have Nick Cage in them. But Pig is incredible. The guy that made Pig is also, he did A Quiet Place Chapter 1, and then he has a new movie coming out that I'm excited to see. What is it? Hold on, I'm looking. Yeah, it's Cernosky, Michael Cernosky. He just did The Death of Robin Hood. That's right. I need to go see that before it's gone. Like I think it's gone after tomorrow, so I need to go see that. All right, I need to wrap this up. I prefer a chair to milk and cereal. Yeah, I mean I can see that. The chair is tight. It's like that's the hard part about milk and cereal, and you're making a movie on such a small budget. It's not as tight, it streamlined all that. Whereas the chair, they had way more budget to make that than they even did for milk and cereal, and it's just a tighter project. The story and everything is just couldn't go to the bookstore for 2 weeks. Do they have Bam in it? Sort of. They have a bunch of stuff with Bam, but he wasn't in the current modern, like the stuff that was brand new shot. He wasn't in. At least I don't think. It's hard to tell because some of the stuff is fairly recent, even though it's like footage from like the last movie. It's still pretty recent, so it's hard to tell if that's recently shot or if that's from like 3 years ago when they made that last movie. But there's plenty of stuff with Bam in it. It's just I don't know if he's actually was a part of the most recent shooting, like of the movie. It's hard to explain. The whole movie it's just all mixed up. I mean, it's easy to tell when stuff's old because it's like they're 20 years old, but there's footage that's literally like 3-4 years old, and you can't really tell, like, is that from the last shoot or is that from this shoot? So, but he's throughout the whole entire thing. But I don't think he was on the current shoot because dude is still dealing with some shit, man. Like I just saw a recent interview with him, and he's not talking shit about the guys. So he definitely got paid from this movie. I know that, but he may be sober now, but the the wear and tear of all the drugs have left him burned out. Like as a burnout, and it sucks. But you can only burn the candle on both ends for so long before it eventually leaves a, permanent mark. Dude, Pig is like one of my, I don't understand why you guys are comparing Pig and Long Legs. Like Pig is like one of my favorite movies. Like it's incredible. But you've never heard me talk about it on the channel because it's not even a thriller. It's like not horror. It's not thriller. It's just a beautifully well done drama. But I have said from the moment I saw that movie that it's my favorite Nicolas Cage performance. Like he's incredible in it. Dude, I love Oz Perkins, but like I love that he is so different. Like every one of his movies, they're like all different. Like he's not one of those directors that it's like if you like for instance, if you like Eggers, you're gonna probably like most of Eggers' movies feel like they're an Eggers movie. He has, some that are better than others, but they're all very Robert Eggers. Like Oz Perkins is not that. Like his movies are all super different. And I love them all for their, like Monkey was like his like his mentally challenged, like beaten up weird little twin locked up in a closet or something. You know what I mean? But like, it's amazing for being that weird little black sheep kind of movie. Agreed. The chair, milk, and cereal, killing, waiting time for obsession with all bad ideas. Reels, some fat nuggets in it. I thought Sinners surpassed expectations, just not the horror parts. Yeah, I think that was one of the things I understood when a lot of people were like, people I know that were disappointed by Sinners, is they went into it wanting horror, and it's a much more complex and layered movie. It's a true film. It isn't just a horror movie, but I'd say the same thing for Obsession too. The thing is, the horror in Obsession is so horrifying that it even works on that level. But I think Sinners is a beautiful film. I don't think it's as like, I wouldn't put it on the same like groundbreaking level as Obsession though. Same with Weapons. Like, even though I think both those movies are incredible, I think Obsession is a movie that we'll look back on as the same way we do Hereditary. And I've seen people say, dude, Obsession isn't anywhere near as good as Hereditary. And like, I'm not saying if it is or it isn't. What I am saying is that it's as significant as Hereditary. It's one of we get a movie like every few years that is like this genre defining movie that, you'll have people copying like for the next 10 years. You'll have all these young filmmakers trying to do things similar in different ways. And like, they'll be showing it in film classes in 20 years. Like, that is the kind of film that Obsession is. Whereas Weapons and Sinners are just like great movies and two of the best of the year. But there's like a difference, like I think The Substance was not quite on the same level I think Obsession is, but it's like it's closer to that. When Evil Lurks is another one that if When Evil Lurks was English language, it would be in the same level as Hereditary. Like, I truly believe that. Unfortunately, not a lot of Americans still do not read subtitles. They just don't. Not enough that it could ever get like a wide. And even as it was, that movie was super successful for a subtitled, super brutal horror movie. All right, I am way behind, but I got to wrap this up. I think someone just donated. Yeah. Harbinger, thank you so much. Getting ready to watch Hokum tonight. Hell yeah. I love Hokum, and I hate seeing all like so many people saying stuff like comparing Hokum to Obsession or Backrooms. Like, dude, guys, don't compare these movies. Enjoy them for what they are. They're all fun horror movies, and they're so different. Like I hate that. Like, you don't need to compare them. You can rank them, like, you know, my favorite of the year, my second favorite of the year, things like that I get, but like comparing them, like that's just, dude, Hokum and Obsession and Backrooms. I keep seeing people comparing them, and it's like, dude, those are three like completely fucking different movies. Like, they're so different from each other. And it's a real shame with Backrooms because when it was released, being like literally a week after Obsession, everybody keeps comparing it, and it's just not fair. You know, Backrooms is a great movie, and it's got this amazing online series that if you have seen the movie and still haven't seen the series, you're really hurting yourself, because the series online is even better than the movie. But either way, like, it's just not fair to compare them. Like, they're totally different filmmakers, making totally different movies with very different things to say, super different budgets. You know, like, everything about them is just different. Like, just enjoy them and the moment as horror fans for what it is, you know? Yeah, tons of people are comparing Backrooms and Obsession. And I understand, because they, at this point in the year, they're both the two like juggernauts that like surprise the hell out of Hollywood. They've both made so much more than like these big movies. I mean, they both have made way more than Star Wars, way more than He-Man, like way more than a lot of the shit, you know, like but it's not fair to either movie, to be honest, because they're just so different. But anyway, I gotta go. Like, my voice hurts really bad and I'm tired, and I know you guys understand. So, but I appreciate you guys all so much. And like we do every Wednesday on the Death Rattle podcast channel, like if you're on the Ghost Fire channel right now, go over to the Death Rattle podcast YouTube channel and subscribe there, because every Wednesday we do this, me and DJ over there. This week, since it was by myself, I decided to also have it on the Ghost Pirate channel. But until next week, guys, thank you so much. Have a good night.